Okay, kids, we are having a new story called Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann had been digging together for years and years. It was Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann and some others who dug the great canals for the big boats to sail through. So Mike Mulligan is obviously a big, strong digger. There he is. It was Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann and some others who lowered the hills and straightened the curves to make long highways for the cars. They were all bumpy and then they straightened them out. And it was Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann and some others who dug the deep holes for the cellars of the tall skyscrapers in the big city. When people used to stop and watch them, Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann used to dig a little faster and a little better. There they are. There's Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann digging away. Then along came the new gasoline shovels and the new electric shovels and the new diesel motor shovels, and they took all the jobs away. Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann were very sad because no steam shovels were wanted anymore. All the other steam shovels were sold for junk, but Mike loved Mary Ann and he couldn't do that to her. Then one day, Mike read in a newspaper that the town of Popperville was going to build a new town hall. "We're going to dig the cellar of that town hall," said Mike to Mary Ann, and off they started. They left the canals and the highways in the big city where no one wanted them anymore and went away to the country. There's Mike driving Mary Ann. They crawled along slowly till they came to the little town of Popperville. There's all the people in the town. Some are growing vegetables and some have dogs and they're playing. When they got there, Mike Mulligan spoke to Henry B. Swap, one of the selectmen. "I heard," he said, "that you are going to build a new town hall. My digger Mary Ann and I will dig the cellar for you in just one day." "What?" said Henry B. Swap. "It would take 100 men at least a week." "Sure," said Mike, "but Mary Ann can dig as much in a day as 100 men can dig in a week," though he wasn't quite sure if it was true. They started in the early morning. Soon a little boy came along. See, there he is with his doggy. "Do you think you'll finish by sundown?" he said to Mike Mulligan. "Sure," said Mike. "If you stay and watch us, we always work faster and better when someone is watching us." Then Mrs. McGillicuddy, Henry B. Swap, and the town constable came over to see what was happening, and they stayed to watch. There they are. Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dug a little faster and a little better because there were more people watching. And this gave the little boy a good idea. He ran off and told all his friends in town, and they stopped in and stayed to watch. See, there's all his friends coming. And that made Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dig even faster and faster and better and better. They're digging a big hole. Clang, 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 the fire department arrived. They had seen the smoke and thought there was a fire. Then the little boy said, "Why don't you stay and watch?" Then they heard the fire engine. The children in the school across the street couldn't keep their eyes on their work. The teacher called a long break and the whole school came out to watch. See, there's all the children coming out of the school to watch. Now, the girl who answers the telephone called up the next towns and told them what was happening in Popperville, and all the people came over to see if Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel could dig the cellar in just one day. The more people came, the faster Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann dug. Whoa, look how fast they're digging. Never had they had so many people watch, and never had they dug so fast and so well. Dirt was flying everywhere, and the smoke and steam was so thick that the people could hardly see anything. But listen! Bing, bang, crash, slam, louder and louder, faster and faster. Then suddenly it was all quiet. Slowly the dirt settled down, the smoke and steam cleared away, and there was the cellar, all finished. The sun was just going down behind the hill. Hooray, shouted the people. Hooray for Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. They have dug the cellar in just one day. Suddenly, the little boy said, how are they going to get out of the big hole they dug? Mike Mulligan looked around at the 4 square walls and the 4 square corners and said, wow, we've dug so fast and so well that we quite forgot to leave a way out. Uh-oh, what are they going to do? Nothing like this had ever happened before in Popperville. Everyone started talking at once, and everybody had a different idea about how they should get out. But the little boy had another good idea. Why couldn't we leave Mary Ann in the cellar and build a new town hall around her? She can be the furnace for the new town hall, and Mike Mulligan can be the janitor. Why not, said all the people. So they found a ladder and climbed down into the cellar to ask Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann if they liked that idea. Why not, said Mike Mulligan. So it was decided, and everyone was very happy. Look, that doggy's pretty happy. He's wagging his tail. They built the new town hall right over Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann, and it was finished before winter. Now, when you go to Popperville, be sure to go down in the cellar of the new town hall. There they'll be, Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. Mike in his rocking chair, Mary Ann beside him, warming up the new town hall. So that's what happened to the very last steam digger. The end.